he needed. It will be their final spell. Cummins giving their very early tournament.
Just to build on positions year after year to the 50 over World Cup and take you down a horrendous. This is,
Great special innings this. Concentrating because it's still too experienced. There's a cheer for Markaram's innings. Ball man, he gets in the ball, bounces a little leg thing, gets top bounce. Australia 300s.
As an Aussie, baffling to look at his 60 against
25 for 3.
So you look at averages, and there's their first innings versus against those that don't.
They'll be thinking it's someone like Stubbs.
Stubbs is.
It's very interesting. Look, there's a little bit of uneven one bounce, but when you get is so far in this innings, and he puts that away. Easy. Because you would expect earlier conditions are really flat, very happening.
I said Lords as it's a challenger. This is and then take it.
It's a very hovering around the late 30. When it's hard to bat in, and that could be how. That's right.
Because well, he's good against bounce high and in Australia.
Away and then get on with the next.
Pick 100 there.
The ground to do a piece on and said well played, and that's how good. You see others celebrating for you, literally off their seats.
And we all love the purity of it. You're not wearing the sort of.
See, John's uneven. They're asking.
And that's what saying made it brilliant.
It's line, just pitching in out of it.
On soon, that's where Smithy and there'll be a lot of people. 27 for 3.
There, that sends another message.
5 needed. They've 66. There's Grace. There was. See, so many different countries. The cricket would have got
the little black book.
They give it after he allows you into the long room. Your jacket and your tie. Is the Ashes, was the Alex Carey incident.
The decision is not to the screen now. Go back to bold. Side off. Impact on the decision is knocked out.
Test match in which Ben's wasted their last review, didn't have the review.
Get go today, exempted itself to score run. Taking South Africa.
32 for 3.
As we see Nathan Long. A test match in India to get behind the Indian test.
2001, it asked India to follow on Lakshman. Cricket, that series which people remember. Young players past the finishing line first.
Typically are around.
I'll never forget. I turned up the TV to just boom, but they had to forge a big. Sweeping, and will go wide because he's see plenty of patches there.
Those that have come into the game in the white ball game, all elements in particular.
Around the fourth stump to defend.
A little wider and slower.
Concerned, isn't it? Because that fending so wide on the back foot. Give yourself that.
Gets him too much in this test match, and then he's the man who.
We've gone from 65 for Australia. I haven't seen it.
Yesterday, a lot to the bat.
Part is Lords. You look at it up as it's sort of.
boundary or
It's been an afterthought as we go for it. Look out for it.
beautiful and deep third man.
In field, Pat Cummins was
For me, a moment is this moments where stop the feeling things has on it. The good thing is just wait for the inner 49.
which had an ICC was from
Australia end up losing this game to have.
Nine players. How are we going to get another one? Hold the line. I think Cummins is trying to get him way out there.
They'll pick up another composed, and he's looking. There's an element against this bowl.
For this game, under 30.
A lot calmer with the way that
2:30. Two tops up.
In Jubin, when they would start to success they've had over this could be game on, creating panic now.
you broad say 200 grade theatre, and you're loved in. You are.
You know what, I'm going to do
Win bonus if they.
swings it, not first, and the pitch could fit chasing a score position. Of this, how this game and
Were you part of that pain in your previous? Was that part of?
you had a meeting with all the code. The blue sky comes out.
Fine leg that can get ready.
Yeah, once again, a couple of times Brody after bouncer.
But Cummins was Australia nearly had.
They utilise because it's slow. They bet fields with fielders in this 23 test match here. So it's been
Passed over, but there's only one to bin. So maybe come in with some short pitch.
18, and he's pitch slower than he was expecting.
Sort of rider.
Traffic when he came in. Wrong with that. If it is one of your this time low.
On India. Tall guy, batter.
The slope is there.
The surface. So Brody, you're right. You can't.
You'd think you'd hear there is now 2 minutes.
South Africa's boss just pulling you away for 6. You have time, Brody.
Cummins, who's
Just
down the leg side. Carey heard something.
Bowler's feet checked. Rolling right, the ultra edge run available. Rolling right through.
A lot of the Aussies ran an ultra edge 7. He had him down the leg side with morning session. Australia.
Yeah, they know each other. Stark, the big man for two, were looking solid, and at the short ball, there was a Stubbs.
One needed in the first innings has been delivery. After
The bounce for the short ball, top of the stump, quite get into it. High class ball needed.
they do feel he's run to reverse. They've been working.
You don't see him scram. Batters certainly don't. With wobble, they can feel a bit more tense.
You called.
Single.
Majority of those.
Iron as well. Pitch with a bit of rough. Leaving mid on back. There, and he's a fine disposition.
43. Do you think decision chance to come in and try and hit it?
Into the row here and let Verd, they've tried to hit them. Where can you find a boundary?
Get it, Eddie. Of him. Good stop.
But you want to see now, Andre would release a lot of tip.
It gives chase.
required. 154 minutes, and how important it is for him to calm, batted for 6 hours, sort of nullified.
Inside the line. They only have one.
Speed check to fair. I'm just going to need to see all trade going through. All tracking comes.
Mighty desperate, really. The big screen reviews.
The immovable force. But here, tell for another parachute.
Back home too. It's play on the setters. Everyone's 10th eternity. There's a second. Option also to bring in Richardson takes the edge.
Line to hide. 50 up for it, so. Implement 2 to a straight.
An hour and a half in. Get the momentum.
It's 252. In pursuit. That's busy running.
He was also probably really lately.
Mitchell Stark should be easy now for the South African.
He is the kingdom.
Shield, they're getting involved. The other half isn't watching. The Aussies. Some more champagne.
7 for 4. That is a day in particular.
From the shot. That's it. And that is one. It's going to get
299, the Cricket World Cup. It's each one. Europe Champions Trophy. What's that?
Australia are feeling the changes in we wanted to be that we've seen present all to come to.
Times that also there are innings in there, and not including but greatness, emphasis.
Get the feeling he's been
Just there. Markaram will look. And this sun, but down. The feeling, of course, it is. Slow motion, so low. All of them.
and in a funny way, it thoroughly deserves the biggest stage.
He should get the dismissal.
Maximum to put on his collar. This is what I love so much about.
Just one single bit. Actually, as well.
In the backdrop of this case of the underdog, the Campbell ball, Polly, and
Everyone up now with World Cup.